Welcome to a complete guide to the new Articles and World Manager. This is an updated version of the Articles and Categories interface on World Anvil, and in this video I'm going to show you where everything is on the interface, as well as some more hidden advanced features you may have missed. Use the chapters in this video to jump to a specific topic. You can speed up or slow down this video in YouTube settings. Just a note before we kick off, World Anvil is a living software, and we're always listening to your feedback and improving, so small details may now be different from what you see here on this video. For the most updated information, always reference the written guide in our Learn section. You can find that right here on the Articles and World Manager interface at any time. You can access the Articles and World Manager by clicking this nested folders icon on the left menu. When the Articles and World Manager first opens, you'll see your World homepage, editable here on the right. On the left, by default, you'll see your tree of categories and the articles organized inside them. Click on an article or category to edit it in the main part of the page. If you want to go back to managing your World homepage, click the title of your world. It's at the top of the left column with the globe beside it. Click on the chevron to expand a category and see the categories and articles nested beneath it. When you mouse over your articles or categories and click this three dots menu, you can copy a mention link or an article block link, which you can paste anywhere into World Anvil. You can also copy the presentation mode URL from here. You can collapse this left sidebar using the chevron icon. That allows you to work on your articles, categories, or world management in full screen. When you want it back, just click the reverse chevron like this. You can also drag the bar to resize it. Remember, you can also expand or collapse your left side menu for a completely full screen experience. You can customize which content appears on this left sidebar from the drop-down. There are lots of options, most of them self-explanatory, but I'll unpack them later in this video too. Tree is the default view. It shows your categories with your articles nested beneath them, as in your table of contents. But you can choose a different default list by clicking this pin icon. Now, every time you open the Articles and World Manager, this is what you'll see instead. Maybe you prefer to start a world building session with recently updated articles, or you'd rather start with only your categories to have a clear overview of your world. Different world builders have different priorities, which is why we've made this customizable. You can choose what works best for you. You can toggle on state indicators from the three-dot menu beside your world's name here. That allows you to see and edit if your content is published or draft, and public or private. If you've enabled work in progress as a state, you'll see that here too. Just click an icon to toggle its state. To create a new article, click plus article here at the bottom left. You can also use the plus hammer button at the bottom right, like everywhere on World Anvil. Select your article template and the article will open and autosave. To create a new category, click the grey plus category button. To reorganize your world tree, click and hold on your categories or articles, and you'll be able to drag and drop everything into place. And that's the basic overview. The rest of this video dives into the details and advanced features of this interface, but if you're brand new to World Anvil, I do recommend following our Get Started course of short video tutorials first. You can find those linked in the description of this video. So, now let's start with advanced article creation. If you want to create a new article inside a category, simply mouse over the category and click this plus button. You can also create a new article nested beneath a pre-existing one. Hover over the parent article here and click the plus icon. Your new article will appear nested beneath it. And you can do the same thing with category creation. Hover over a category and click this folder button with a plus inside to create a new category nested beneath the first. Once you create an article, you'll see the pre-selected prompts. You can add more or remove these with the plus prompts button. Just toggle the sliders for the ones you want. The description appears here on mouse over, so you can learn more about each prompt and where it'll appear on your article. Once a prompt is added, select it to see more additional subprompts that help inspire more world building. You can also click Add All Prompts to add every available prompt to your article template. If you really like the prompts and you always want to see all the prompts on every article you create, you can switch this on. Click your profile icon in the top right, then select Features from the menu. Scroll down and click Article Expanded Prompts to enable. Just a note that this setting may cause some slowness on less powerful devices or with slower internet speeds. For me, it's fine on my laptop, but slow on my very old janky phone. If you're always seeing all the prompts by default, even when you turn them off using the slider, you probably have this article expanded prompt setting enabled. Follow the same method, click your profile icon, then features, and disable it. And while we're in features, there are 2 other settings related to the Articles and World Manager which might be useful to you. Disable animations will remove all the animations from the website's interface. WIP stands for Work in Progress. If you like, click here to enable this so you can keep track of which articles you're still working on and which are done. Once enabled, you can toggle articles between Work in Progress, an open checkbox, and Done, a tick, next to your article's title. You can also do it from the left sidebar if you have state indicators toggled on. Just a note that for some world builders, like me, articles are never finished, so only enable this if you have an actual workflow plan for it, otherwise it'll drive you balmy. Now let's explore more options for editing your articles in the Articles and World Manager. As well as adding prompts, you can write your articles, with all the normal / commands in the visual editor or BB code in the advanced editor. You can write and edit your storyteller's notes from here at the top. Perfect for keeping track of the shenanigans your players got up to with this character or in this location. With the visual editor active, you can view your image library by typing /image and clicking this option. Browse and search your images or upload a new one. In the advanced editor, click the image button to see your images and choose one to embed. You can add a title icon to your article and even select duotone icons. That's new and they look so cool. And yes, Space Cat obviously is not my favourite. You can also remove the icon entirely. Just click the trash can icon here. Use these back and next buttons up here in the top right to navigate between articles you've recently edited. To add subscriber groups to your article or category, remember to make it private first. Then just click the subscriber groups icon. At the bottom of your article, under Articles and Secrets, you can see secrets attached to your article and create new attached secrets using the green plus button. You can also see articles nested beneath this article. For example, a tavern's seasonal menu articles might be nested underneath the tavern article to keep things organized. Down here in the toolbar, you can again copy your article's URL mention or article block. In styling, you can add an excerpt or a mouse over snippet. You can also add article-specific CSS here. Under Settings, you can toggle Not Safe for Work. Please do this if you're writing spicy or gruesome articles, as per our community etiquette guide. Under Advanced Options, you can choose if and how your article displays on your table of contents on your World's homepage. You can make your article copyable, there's more information about that here, and you can add previous and next articles to help your readers navigate in a linear fashion through your world. If you want to change text editor, you can do that under here too. And most importantly, you can access the feature guide to articles and the guide to the active article template from the question mark on the toolbar. To rearrange your articles, click and hold an article on the left side and it will become draggable. Then just drag it into the category you want it to appear in. You can also click on a category, then use the drag handle here to drag your article into another category on the left. If your world is very big, with loads of articles and categories, you might want to select only categories from the list to give you a clearer view of your categories. Finally, select an article or category, and above the title, click Move To choose a new location for it. This last method is recommended on tablets and mobiles with smaller screens where drag and drop is not as comfortable. For those of you with a million words in your world, and yes, I know you're out there, this method might be the most convenient for you. By default, your articles will appear inside your category in alphabetical order. If you want to reorder them, select your category, then use these drag handles to reorganize your articles. Click Save Order to confirm you're happy with your changes. Okay, now we've covered the basics. Let's talk about the advanced functionality that's available on the Articles and World Manager, because the left sidebar has a bunch of nifty new features. Click the 3 dots menu next to your world name and you'll be able to toggle the state indicators on and off. You can refresh your left sidebar from here. Having multiple windows open can desync your interface, so this refresh will fix it. If you've been on a deep dive into your article tree, you might have lots of categories open. Click Collapse All in the sidebar to start fresh. World Anvil has a powerful global search you can trigger using Control-K. This works across World Anvil, not just in the Articles and World Manager. You can use the search while the Articles and World Manager is open. In that case, your selected article or category will open in the Manager. If you prefer to open it in a model above the Articles and World Manager, use this option. If you're elsewhere on the website, for example, editing a map or a timeline, your articles from search will automatically open in a model window above what you've been working on. Once you're done with your article, you can go back to editing what you're working on before. Of course, sometimes you need more than just a search. To do a deep dive into your articles, click this filter icon to reveal a host more filter options. You can filter your search by public or private, or both, draft or published, or both, by tags, by subscriber groups, by word count, by entity type, article template type, or even whether or not your articles have storyteller notes in them. Why is this cool? Well, if you're looking for something specific, like only articles with storyteller seeds that are above 300 words, it's now quicker to find them. Or perhaps you want an overview of all draft characters under 30 words to see which NPC needs more development. With extra filtering power, you can spend less time finding what you need and more time world building. As well as other filters, you can filter your searches by subscriber group to drill down into exactly what your different subscriber groups can see. That's useful if you're using subscriber groups as one of your filtering criteria. But we've also introduced a much requested new feature, View As. In the collection of lists in this dropdown, View As allows you to see your articles and categories tree as a specific user can. You can get an overview of what a specific player has access to, or which Patreons can see which in your collection of magic items. Every article or category that appears in white is visible to them. The grayed out ones are not. Let's go through the rest of these lists. These icons here tell you more about the kind of list. Nested folders shows us your categories and articles tree. Bulleted list shows us a simple list of your entities. If you're doing a cleanup of your world, uncategorized articles will create a list of all those articles that aren't in categories yet. Untagged articles shows you the articles and categories tree with your untagged entities shown in white. This makes it quick to find, tag, and bag disorganized entities in your world. Game masters can select articles with storyteller notes to quickly see all the articles you've annotated with RPG ideas, like things you foreshadowed, plot hooks, or just a record of the crazy things the players did when they visited this location. If you want to continue working, the recently updated and recently created lists are great for this. But also consider the stub articles list. This shows you all your articles under 50 words. Of course, not all stubs need to become full articles in your world. You might not need more than a few bullet points about your tavern keeper or the Queen's second cousin. But stub articles can be opportunities to enrich your world building by expanding elements you've already established. Once you're familiar with these, I recommend you explore the other lists here too, and find your favourite workflows. Now let's talk about managing your world's homepage. A major change to this interface is the ability to manage your world homepage visually. It now looks much more like the presentation mode, making it easier to figure out what goes where. You can also manage a lot more than you could before, and it's easier than ever to hide or show content as you wish. Click here to change your world name. Remember that your world name also affects your world URL and the presentation URLs of all your articles and categories. If you want to add a subtitle, you can do that in Settings and Advanced Options. By default, your username and those of your co-authors will appear beneath the title of your world homepage. If you want to override that, use World Credits Override, which you can find in Settings, then Advanced Options. Click here to set or update your world's global current date, the present day time of your world. You can also override the date with a custom display date, for example, the Age of Man or the Age of Aquarius. Under Global Era settings, you can set names for your global eras before and after year 0. This essentially sets up a BC ACE style time management system like the Western calendar uses. This is very common in world building as a way to simplify time before and after the year 0. You can also add your own abbreviations and names here, and they will persist throughout your world setting. This blue bar here shows your world's word count goal. Click on it to update your goal manually or use these buttons. You can also disable your word count by clicking Disable, if you prefer. To re-enable your word count, click Settings, scroll down and click this slider. It'll appear back on the interface. You can write and edit your world's introduction here. A world introduction doesn't have to be complicated, but it should set the tone for your visitors. If you want to master world introductions, I recommend following our guide on how to write elevator pictures for your world setting. You'll find that linked in the description, and it should be appearing on the interface right now. Click on this tag symbol to add tags to your world. Tags are a great quick reference for your readers and also help others discover your world. You can also add genres to your world. To do that, click the settings icon, and you can add genres from this drop-down menu here. Genres also help new readers discover your setting when they browse through worlds by genre. And if you're creating a world for a tabletop RPG, you can add a game system to your world. Click Settings, then select System from the drop-down here. Selecting an RPG system makes this the automatic option for campaigns and helps present relevant stat block templates to you as you create. You can still use other stat blocks and systems in your world if you want to. These custom fields allow you to add more content to the top of your homepage underneath your world introduction. This is a great place to embed world primers, introduction articles, and character creation guides, or your manuscripts with teaser chapters of your novel to get your readers hooked. You can add all of these using the / menu if your world uses the visual editor, or using BB code commands in the advanced editor. By the way, I've linked the guide to BB code in the description of this video, and it contains full instructions on embedding all kinds of content. Beneath the custom fields are the rest of your world building content. Your articles nested in categories that form your table of contents, your maps and timelines, your discussion boards, how many followers your world has and what they're called, and everything else. You can move these blocks around into different columns using the left and right move arrows. You can remove each individual block from appearing on your homepage by clicking the eye icon. And by clicking Settings, you can view and manage all the content displayed on your homepage in detail with these sliders. As well as toggling your world building content on and off in settings, you can do a host more things. From here, you can toggle social media widgets appearing on your homepage, social media sharing buttons, which appear on some of your world's content, and the World Anvil community social features for your world, like comments and likes. If in presentation mode you want your linked articles to show up with a preview as a tooltip, toggle on Display Article Tooltips. If not, just toggle it off. If you want article blocks to display with their cover image, toggle Display Block Headers on. To quickly style your world, you can change the world cover image here. Drag and drop or click the header to choose a new image. You can also choose from our default images. Or click Styling to edit your world's cover, global article cover, that's the default image that appears on top of all your articles, and your page background. I put a nice map image on mine. You can also activate white labeling from here if you're a Sage tier user or above. To change the visual theme of your world, click here to go to the presentation mode. Click the palette icon and choose a theme from the drop-down menu. Click Save Changes when you've chosen your new theme. For now, if you're using CSS to style your world, you'll need to go to Styling, then click Advanced Settings and use the old interface for that. Remember to click Save Changes once you're done. To set your whole world to private on World Anvil, go to Settings, then click this privacy slider. This makes your world private from everyone, except your subscribers and co-authors you've specifically given access to. You can also make sure all your articles start as private by default by clicking the Article Forced Privacy State slider to Yes. If you're collaborating with others, like co-authoring a novel or co-DMing campaign, you might want to share your secrets with your co-creators. Click Open Secrets to Yes if you want to share, or No if you'd rather hide them. On World Anvil, your very first world is automatically created in the Visual Editor. This is our most streamlined editor and we recommend it for beginners. But if you created your world before October 2024, it may be using one of the unsupported legacy editors. We recommend you switch either to the new visual editor, Plutarch, or if you want to use BB code for advanced formatting, switch to the advanced editor, Euclid. If you want to delete your world, you can do that here in World Settings too. Type the name of your world in this text field. If the name matches, a Delete World button will appear. Please only delete your world if you are absolutely certain you no longer want to use it. You cannot recover deleted worlds. Once you've deleted your world, you'll be directed to switch to another one of your worlds or RPG characters, or create a new one. There's another major new update that's come with this release, and that's the ability to visually manage the content inside your categories. When you click a category on the left-hand side, it'll open in the main part of the Articles and World Manager interface. Just like with your world homepage, these custom content blocks can move, be removed, and you can add any kind of content to them. Use the slash menu in the visual editor or BB code in the advanced editor to embed anything you like. As you can see, categories aren't just simple folders. They contain content, and make great overviews of a segment of your world. Perhaps an overview of a location, of your magic system, or a bestiary category summarizing the animals and monsters of your world. You can also use categories to group together collections of work, like articles written for a specific challenge, collections of short stories, or a library of RPG adventures you've created. Categories can also have maps and timelines, as well as articles in them. To add a timeline to your category, open the timeline, click Settings, then select your chosen category under Related Category. To add a map to your category, open the map in World Anvil, select Map Settings, then under the Navigation tab, select your related category. Remember to press Save Changes. If you have questions that haven't been answered here, let me know in the comments, and me or my team will try and get back to you as soon as we possibly can. You can also go to our Discord and ask our community about the ins and outs of World Anvil in the Help channel. They're incredibly friendly and they'll help you if they can. If anything is outdated in this tutorial, drop me a message in the comments as well. But remember, the most updated help material is always the written guides. For this interface, you can find that here and in the description of this video. And of course, you can find the full Learn section up here in the top bar, or at worldanvil.com/learn. Then, as always, grab your hammer and go world build.